Hey everybody, happy Friday.
Happy Friday, folks.
And welcome to TGIF San Diego, where we keep you updated on the market, share the latest San Diego buzz, and kick off the weekend together.
Yes, Father's Day weekend.
Father's Day weekend.
Coming your way.
We were going to be on time tonight, but you had some work drama. I don't know how much we can get into that. Probably not too much.
Well, it's, there's nobody's under any confidentiality.
It involved the police entering our listing with their guns drawn.
Yes, it involved humane society or animal control or whatever and it's in the city of San Diego. It seems to be humane society animal law enforcement officers. We have a listing that's not yet on the market, and it was cleared on Tuesday morning by the San Diego County Sheriff.
There were squatters living in it.
Yes. It was cleared on Tuesday morning, locked up. There was still a large, kind of vicious dog.
Which had a history of biting people in the neighborhood.
Yes, it was in the backyard. So the people who got booted out begged me to not call animal control, so I did not. But I did tell them I'm coming back on Friday, so please, by Friday.
Well, they said they were going to take the dog that day.
Yes, they did. But then when I showed up today, animal control was already there because one of the neighbors had called because the dog was still there. It was barking.
And we were out of town, which is why we weren't here until Friday.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I didn't leave the dog unattended or anything. The folks told me they were going to come back and get it. They didn't. So anyway, animal control, in the course of doing their thing, told me, and it was obvious that the house had been broken into. So I called the police and they came. And nobody knew if there was anybody inside the house or not, but it had obviously been broken into. So they they waited for a couple more of their friends to show up. They all pulled out their guns and went into the house. It turns out one of the officers was in training. So they told me, a great training exercise on how to clear a house. And ultimately, there was nobody inside. However, there had been people inside, and all the appliances in the kitchen had been moved into the living room. And lot going on there.
All right. Well, anyway, that's the long version of why we're 20 minutes late for our live tonight.
Well, a lot of people don't think that real estate agents do anything except open doors and hang lock boxes. But
we've got lots and lots of stories.
We do a lot of. We do a lot for our clients, and this particular client happens to be all the way up in San Jose, so they don't have anybody locally who can do anything without hiring somebody. If they had to hire somebody to do all the stuff that I did today, they'd be, a couple $1,000s more in the hole.
I'm not even sure who you would hire to, call the cops and meet the cops. And
a real estate agent.
Yeah, a good one.
Yeah.
All right, well, speaking of real estate, shall we move on to Market Minute?
Yeah,
where you will talk about the market for exactly 1 minute. If you want a longer version, check out our YouTube. Here, it's not your turn for the mouse yet.
Don't touch the mouse.
No, I will tell you when it's your turn for the mouse. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, and go.
Okay, so this week in San Diego real estate, the way I always start this segment, inventory continued its climb over 6,300 now, almost to 6,400. As pending sales remain the same. New listings dropped off just a little bit, but not enough to keep inventory or turn inventory the other way. So we definitely appear to be in a climbing inventory situation with no real end in sight because supply and demand have a lot of white space in between them there. And interest rates remain stubbornly near 7%. So, this is kind of the same story we've been telling week after week after week, although it is starting to show in the median price data, because as you can see here, we got a fairly steep climb and now it's starting to level off. And I would predict over the next couple of months that it's going to start to look more like here or possibly even here. And my time is up, so that's essentially what's going on.
If you want to see more, check out our other video that we made yesterday. All right, let's see what else we've got. What are we going to talk about?
And leave us a nice comment, because we got a couple of crappy ones in there.
None of the comments are crappy. We appreciate all the comments,
yes.
But some are more appreciated than others. Okay, so we were gone most of this week. We had our summer vacation in lovely Palm Desert. Oops, not there. There we go. Okay. No, not that.
Where the outside air is like a blast furnace.
Yeah, it was like 109 when we...
Yeah,
okay.
109.
Anyway, we stayed at the Marriott Shadow Ridge with our teenagers. We had a lovely time. It's a very nice property. We've been there before, but it has been a while. I don't want to belabor our, trip because nobody likes to, look at a bunch of slides of someone else's trip. So I'm going to try and keep it short.
How about a bunch of slides of my boyhood trip to the Grand Canyon?
Maybe next time.
Okay.
Anyway, we pull up here to the golf club, check in, and they've got, all these, they're like condos, and they call them villas. But it's a good setup for a family. We've got 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, a living room, patio. So, there's a few different pool areas. They've got a water slide. We were down here at the Enclaves, a different pool area. You can go to any of the pools, but the close one was here.
And we were there as hotel guests, not timeshare owners.
Yes, it's a timeshare place, but you can just check into the hotel. I don't really have a bunch of great family photos or something, but I have a couple moments here. So this is one of the pools, and they have a big TV screen here. You can watch movies on it. Well, they were just playing game shows and sports and stuff. But anyway, that was fun. Late night mini golf, another family fun activity. Oh, there's you and John outside the mini golf in the twilight.
Yes.
This kind of segues into our cocktails that we're drinking tonight, but you were mixing gin and tonics, which John was just observing because he's only 18. And
sure, yes.
Anyway, I think he's clutching his head because he noticed how the tonic water in the bottle was not fizzy. And this seems to, again, I don't want to belabor this, but this seems to be a problem in our society today, which is that carbonated beverages in the plastic 1 liter or 2 liter bottles, they're not fizzy anymore.
They don't stay fizzy.
No, they fizz it at first and then they go flat.
Immediately.
Yeah, so I had started noticing this several months ago when I got the, I don't know how you pronounce it, Schweppes or Schweppes.
Schweppes.
Anyway, that one was flat, so I figured, okay, I'm not going to buy that anymore. I bought the Walmart brand, same thing. So I figured, okay, Canada Dry, that's got to be safe, right? So Canada Dry, which is what we bought for our vacation, same thing. It fizzes a little bit and then just goes flat, and that was it.
Yeah.
So then we realized that we probably need to buy it in cans. And so this is a gin and tonic that was made from Canada Dry in a can.
Yes.
How effervescent do you find this to be?
I still think it used to be fizzier.
Yeah, it used to be fizzier.
I don't understand what the problem is. Why we don't have bubbles in the bubbly stuff anymore.
Nothing is as good as well. Some things are as good as they used to be.
I was telling David, sometimes I feel like one of those old people that I used to despise as a teenager, who used to say, back in my day things were better. But I mean,
maybe they were right.
Damn it, they were right. I think because the tonic water in club soda is just not as fizzy as it once was.
Well, if you know how to get fizzy tonic water, let us know in the comments where we can find it.
Do I need to buy one of those soda stream things and just make it myself?
I guess, maybe. All right, so on the way out of town, we stopped at the outlets because one member of our party wanted to buy a Coach bag.
Yes.
Not me. I don't need fancy bags.
It was me.
Okay. Anyway, this is kind of a classic picture
I
of
needed a clutch.
I thought this was kind of a funny picture. It's two guys, and they're both holding a purse for a lady, and you're also holding a bag that contains a new purse.
Yeah.
So 2 guys holding 3 purses for 2 ladies.
Yes.
And you look very, pleased to be doing it. Anyway, it's just sort of a, little slice of, family life.
Little slice of life.
Dudes holding ladies' purses. All right, so I think the next, oh wait, here's one more vacation pic. Oh no, what's happening? Here, this one. We saw this as we were driving home. Now, this person's bumper, part of it was torn off, but partially attached and just dragging on the street.
Yep. Oh, this is on Interstate 10. Mm-hmm. And we saw a sheriff in the slow lane, and this guy was not slowing down. We're like, this guy's going to go right by a sheriff. He's going to get pulled over.
He didn't seem to care if he went by the sheriff.
He went right by the sheriff, and then the sheriff just got off the interstate, and no consequence there.
I guess it's cool to just drag your bumper scraping on the street behind you.
I guess it is.
Not a problem. All right, so moving forward, yesterday we got home and there was a Chamber of Commerce at the event at the fair. And we weren't sure if we were going to make it, but we did make it. So we went to the fair. And those of you who have been around for a while know the fair is like, it's kind of crowded and noisy for us. It's not our favorite thing, but we went because the chamber thing was in the, what is it, the director's box?
Yeah, the turf club.
It went up. It was up high, and we could see down into what's usually the racetrack, but was now the fair.
Yes.
They had fancy food and drinks and stuff, and I think I was too busy talking to folks and eating and drinking to get a lot of good pictures, but we got a couple. Here's us at the venue. They had Cutwater spirits and some other things, and you can see down here into what's usually the racetrack. The food was pretty good.
They had some really good appetizers.
There's like this scallop ceviche thing here. The shrimp and grits was good.
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing too. We could see down into the what do you call it? I don't know, the grandstand.
Concert venue.
Okay, the concert venue. And this was towards the end of it. And we heard the music, and it sounded like the band Foreigner.
Well, they were playing a Foreigner song.
Yeah, we figured maybe it was just like a cover band or whatever. But upon further looking and listening, we discovered it was actually the band Foreigner. So
yes.
we watched for a few minutes, and then this lady came and told us they were shutting down the event, and we had to leave. So
we got kicked out of a Foreigner concert.
We got kicked out of a Foreigner concert. But let's play. I've got like 30 seconds here. Better than the time that we accidentally saw a Kid Rock concert.
Yeah.
We were staying at the Luxor in Las Vegas. Across the street, they were having a Kid Rock concert.
Yes, I enjoyed this 30 seconds of Foreigner a lot more than I enjoyed that Kid Rock concert.
All right.
I'm not going to spend too much time telling you why I'm not a huge Kid Rock fan, but
okay. Well, I think we all have our reasons for liking or not liking Kid Rock.
So it's not political.
No. Let's move on to animal news, and we might be wrapping up the eagles. But we've been talking about the eagles because that's been big Southern California animal news for a while now. So both of the eagles have been flying around on their own, roosting in trees, and they're both back at the nest right now. Which this is live right now. They haven't been at the nest very much lately, so it's nice to see them both here roosting at the nest and enjoying.
The kids grow up, they leave the nest. When are you coming home? It's Eagle holidays. What's going on? We never see you anymore.
Eventually, they're going to just fly off and, find where they want to live. It could be anywhere between, I think British Columbia is as far north as they might go. I'm not sure how far south, but basically they fly around and find where they want to live.
Well, Jackie and Shadow, is it?
Yeah.
Did a fine job of raising these two eaglets into full-blown eagles, and I would imagine their heads will turn white and their beaks will turn yellow, and they're going to be off into the wild blue yonder.
Anyway, we're enjoying what could be some of the last glimpses of these eagles.
And this might be, if all the National Geographic or whatever documentaries I've ever seen, I don't think I have ever seen any nature photographer capture this much eagle stuff.
Yeah, this was really a treat to watch these eagles
having this camera
hatch and grow up live.
Right here in this nest is just it's an unprecedented look at nature at its finest here.
Yes.
Animal stuff.
Animal news.
Animal news.
All right.
Godspeed, eagles.
Yes, good job, eagles.
We know you can make it in the long run.
That's right. Okay.
Little Eagles pun there.
Yeah. So it's Father's Day weekend. Now, here's a list of Father's Day events happening in San Diego. If you don't already have a plan for Father's Day, these are some ideas. Now, we already have a plan. We're just we're going to do the same thing we always do. Chilling at home.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yawn.
Don't do that here.
Sorry.
Chilling at home, cooking, and I'll make you drinks, and you can pick a movie and we'll watch it together, and John will drive us to dinner or whatever you want to do.
I got to figure out what movie it is I'm going to force you all to watch.
Well, I'll watch whatever you want. I just hope it's not like Nixon or one of these, really long.
I regret making you all watch Anthony Hopkins as Nixon that one year. That's a little long and a little dry.
We did that one time, so maybe just don't bring that one back. But, all right, so here's some other things. If you decide you don't want to do that, got a Father's Day car show at Belmont Park.
All right.
You could spend a day at the fair.
Wow.
Fair at a Father's Day Sunday.
It was cool to be at the fair last night for a few minutes,
Yeah,
walking around, seeing all the food. They fed us so well at that chamber thing, I didn't have any room for fair food, but that's okay.
Also, we didn't have any kids with us, which
Makes
supposed to be fun to take your kids to the fair, but I got to tell you, yesterday was the most fun I've had at the fair since the kids were born.
Well, anybody who's raised children knows it's not fun to take kids anywhere.
Well, sometimes it can be fun, but
it can be fun, but it's always, if you're taking little kids to a big venue event kind of thing, there's going to be some
drama.
Crap.
Maybe other people's little kids were more cooperative than ours.
I don't know. I've been to Disneyland with little kids having what I consider to be a reasonably good time, and they tell you that's the happiest place on earth. But when I scan the crowd, I don't see a lot of parents smiling. I don't see a lot of people going, "Wee, I'm so happy." I see a lot of people going, "No, shut up! You can't. Come on!" It's a lot of that. "No, you can't have a soda."
I want a balloon.
Yeah, right. "You had a balloon. It popped." It's just a lot of crap going on.
All right. Well, moving on.
This new camera we got seems to be working out.
Yeah, maybe some of you have noticed that our camera has been cutting out and we're having issues, but now we have a new camera, so all of our troubles are over.
They're all over.
Anyway, another thing you could do is sample different types of whiskey from around the world at the Whiskey House on 3rd Avenue.
Okay. 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. That's a lot of whiskey sampling.
Yeah. You can. All right, paddleboard around Mission Bay. All right, I think we're stretching it a little bit here.
Yeah.
But whiskey around the world. We can.
Okay. What's going on at the Air and Space Museum?
Oh.
Visit the Air. Dad's free.
Oh wow.
Oh, I can go.
Dad's free. That's an apostrophe, which means possessive, not plural. So I'm not sure. Is that the right way to say that?
No, dad's plural is just dads with no apostrophe.
Well, I know that this is there any way that this could be correct to make it possessive rather than plural? I don't know. We shouldn't grammar police the list.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on to some.
What's this? What are they saying about Interstellar and Goodfellas here?
Where? Outdoor movie.
Downtown. Lineup includes Finding Nemo. No, thank you. I saw it. It's fine. Big Daddy. Not sure what that is.
I think that's with Adam Sandler, maybe. Maybe not.
Okay. Yeah, Adam Sandler. He lost his appeal for me kind of around the time he made Waterboy. That was I don't know.
Some people like it.
Happy Gilmore was good. Adam Sandler got a little silly. Interstellar, that one, you can watch Matthew McConaughey mumble his way through that one for 2.5 hours. It's a good movie, but damn,
he talks like John.
Yeah, a lot of mumbling. Goodfellas, that's a good damn movie right there.
All right, well,
that's a good movie.
Put that one on the list,
All right.
I guess. Okay, so let's see. USA Today has come up with a list of the 10 best lakes in the USA.
All right.
Oh no, what's happening here? Stop. I just want this. Okay.
Now this will be interesting because I used to work as a cartographer, as some of you may know, and one of the jobs that I had was mapping lakes for a company that made fishing maps. So a lot of these, I haven't seen this list, but my guess is I've mapped a lot of these lakes for fishing hotspots.
All right. Well, we're going to speed through numbers 10 through 2, and then spoiler alert, we might have a kind of a Southern California destination lake as number 1. But let's see.
Right.
Okay, number 10. Okay, so this is the most amazing lakes in the whole United States.
Havasu,
number 10,
map
Havasu.
That one.
We haven't. Oh, you mapped that one?
Oh yeah.
What kind of fish are in Lake Havasu?
Honestly, I never. I didn't. I got into the drawing the lines and.
You were just doing the geography.
I wasn't.
You weren't on the
we
fishing.
had a whole research department for the fish.
Okay. All right, Havasu, and we actually have never been there before. like
I guess not.
No, maybe we could put that on their list. Okay, Lake whatever. I'm not sure.
Champlain. Yeah, we did that one.
Cumberland.
Don't remember that one.
Superior.
Oh yeah, of course.
Didn't Gordon Lightfoot write a song about this one?
Yeah, that's the Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Okay, that's a good tune.
Yes.
Lake Erie.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitche Gumee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michigan.
Marlin. Yeah, I don't remember.
Marion, or I can't tell what that's.
Oh, is it an I or?
I think it looks like an I.
Okay,
Marion Lake. All right.
Minnesota's. Now Minnesota, there's like, they say that's the land of 10,000 lakes.
You can purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Yes.
You have to make sure that's the right lake, because sometimes you think you're in Lake Minnetonka and it's not.
And Prince just tricked you into jumping into it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, Lake George. Now this is one, I was just talking about this with John the other day. This was one of the most challenging lake mapping projects ever.
Okay.
Because one of the things that you have to do when you're mapping a lake for fishing is you have to get all the depth contours because fisher people want to know. Fisher folks want to know, where the high spots are, where the low spots are. And Lake George, for whatever reason, the USGS did not have their normal maps, and so we had to do all kinds of crazy stuff to get historical data and digitize it, and that was a big project, Lake George.
Lake George, all right, popular vacation destination. Number 2, Elkhart Lake in Wisconsin.
Never heard of it.
Okay. Number 1, Big Bear Lake, California.
Yeah.
We've been there several times, not for a while, but again, we've had a family fun there when the kids were little kids.
Yes,
and
yes.
People spilling hot cocoa on themselves and
I want noodles. I want noodles.
Losing their shoes in the snowbank.
Here's some noodles. No, not those noodles. Yeah.
Maybe if we went, okay, so we hadn't been to Palm Desert for a long time, and we sort of had a little bit of, PTSD from going there with the little kids. We brought the teenagers there, and we had a good time. There was I'm not suffering any ill effects and having to decompress.
No, nobody woke up in the middle of the night and threw up all over the bed or any weird stuff like that.
Right, no. So teenagers, okay.
We love our children. We really do. There's
But we like it more now that they're not little kids.
Yes.
That's just us, though. But, all right, maybe we should.
You enjoy little kids, more power to you.
Big Bear Lake, 2025. Best lake in the whole United States. Oh, man. What did they do? Did they just kick me back to the beginning? Oh, I don't know what's happening here.
Not sure.
I thought they were going to say, okay.
Best
whether you visit during peak summer or the most frigid depths of winter, there's a massive array of activities to enjoy across Big Bear Lake, the largest recreational body of water in Southern California. All right.
It's nice there. Gotta love Big Bear.
We haven't been back for a while, but maybe we should.
No, it's rainbow trout. Those are
nice trout. It's a nice
those are
clean
delicious.
Fish.
Yep. If you catch them, you got to clean them. But that's the way.
It's not like a catfish or something. I mean,
No.
if you like catfish, that's fine. But if I were fishing, I would probably want to catch a rainbow trout.
Yeah, catfish can be a little gamey.
All right, let's move on to another list.
Okay.
Esquire has made a list of the best bars in America in 2025. Okay. So they don't seem to have them in any particular order. So I'm just going to keep scrolling until I see one that's in San Diego. And you might be surprised at where it is located. I wouldn't have expected the bar to be located where it is. We've got Santa Monica, New Orleans. Here we go. Skyline Lounge at Legoland Hotel in Carlsbad.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
There's a hotel there? I didn't realize there was a Legoland hotel.
Yeah, there's a hotel.
Okay.
And it has a bar, Skyline Lounge.
Okay.
And it's people seem to like it.
Okay.
So now they're talking about the old fashioned with brown sugar syrup. At $19.55, it's not only a weird price, but a tad much for an old fashioned. Well, how is this on the best 25 bar list if it's $20 for an old fashioned and it's just okay?
And you're going to complain about it, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Oh, and there are several hundred screaming, probably contagious children running around mere feet from where you are trying to enjoy your drink.
Well, that sounds wonderful. No wonder it made the list.
So why is it one of the best bars in America? Because it's a bar in the Legoland Hotel.
Oh.
I don't know, guys. I don't think that's a good enough
I think we're reaching.
All right.
I think we're reaching here.
Okay, I'm going to move on from this because I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure
I
how
don't like
official.
this list. Is that the only one in San Diego?
I think so. Well, here's
Los Angeles.
these people seem to. There's no kids at this bar.
Crucible, Asheville, North Carolina. All right.
Okay.
Philadelphia.
So let's go back to Southern California.
Okay.
Here.
Not
The
again.
grocery. Well, okay. They've authorized a possible strike. The grocery workers of Albertsons, Pavilions, Ralph's, and Vaughn's, they're preparing for a possible strike. So the corporation and the union are at odds again, which
Okay.
happens every couple of years. The negotiations have been dragging on. They haven't reached an agreement. So the workers agreed to approve a strike, but we don't know when it's going to happen because okay, here. A strike authorization vote does not necessarily mean there will be a strike if a deal can be reached before the scheduled start date, which has not yet been set.
I see.
Okay, so there could be a strike, but we don't know when.
But last time they had a strike, they just hired a bunch of other workers and.
Yeah, but you felt bad if you. But okay, also, like, we don't really shop at Ralph's that much.
True.
Usually we're like Trader Joe's and Sprouts and Costco.
Yeah.
But if we do want to go to Ralph's in the future, it's possible that you might have to cross a picket line. And they make you feel bad about that, which, you know, I'm here to support the grocery workers. So I hope that they can come to an agreement and this does not happen.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so.
Okay.
All right.
Well, enough about that. Let's go back to the fair, okay? And we have a News 10 throwback, which is unusual. Usually it's News 8 doing the throwbacks.
Yeah.
So they're going to go to opening day at the fair in 1990,
Yes.
which was actually kind of a long time ago.
Yes, I guess it was. Close to 40 years ago.
Started thinning, and I didn't want to hear
And
the
they're going to
wisecracks.
make us watch
I was ignoring my
watch a
hair because I
commercial.
was a full-time working mother, but luckily I found Nutrafol.
My hair was getting stronger and thicker.
And I finally feel like myself again.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you. Ah, the sweet taste of the Del Mar Fair. The summer tradition is in full swing. As soon as the gates opened, in came thousands of early fairgoers.
I bring the little guys today just to let them see what's going on out here.
You can see it
1990s
painted
hair.
all over their faces, the excitement of a hometown fair.
To meet guys.
To meet guys is why you come to the fair.
Yes. It's a really great
Can you meet guys at the
atmosphere.
fair?
You get a little bit of everything here.
What are you asking me for?
The theme this
I
year,
came to the fair with a
roses
guy,
and
so I don't know.
rabbits, an
Oh.
agricultural
I thought maybe you
theme.
would be a
But
guy
the
that
theme
used to
might
hang
as
out at
well
the fair
have
to
been
meet chicks. So.
food,
Back in those
and more
days, that's,
food. About 100
amusement
booths
parks and
worth.
fairs were a
Corn
good place
dogs,
for young people to.
what else? Popcorn, nachos, yeah.
That kid
Good,
doesn't
healthy
look too
food,
excited to be at the
And
fair.
this dude's pushing 80 by now.
Well, one place you definitely want to stop is the fun zone. But
No,
please
thank you. I
strap
will not be
yourself
stopping
in,
at the fun
because
zone.
you're going to be in for one wild ride. Woo!
We almost
In
went to
fact,
the
there are
fun
more than
zone yesterday.
150
We walked
rides
by
and
it and we
games to
could have
spend your
crossed
money
the
on.
threshold into
Unfortunately,
fun
that
zone.
green stuff does go
Decided to
fast.
not go.
Spend money professionally, don't I?
So if you're planning on the fair this summer, be forewarned, a strong stomach is a must. Lisa Kim, 10 News at the Del Mar Fair.
All right, I guess that was pretty good. I think I might prefer News 8 throwbacks, but that's
Yeah,
good.
it was
I'm
all
glad News 10 is jumping on the bandwagon.
That's what they're doing too.
Yeah. All right, let's go to China, where a window and door manufacturer has staged an elaborate domino toppling display. It's cards, not dominoes, but they kept it sheltered from the elements. So they're trying to show how good their windows and doors are by, and we're going to need to listen to the sound again. Setting up this Guinness World Record breaking display of
Challenged a
playing
domino
cards.
master to break a world record by toppling at least 50,000 playing cards
gonna
like
be very dramatic
dominoes
about it too,
in
like
this
Iron Chef
ultimate
style.
space
50,000
built using
cards.
Sun Hohin door and window system. One tiny disturbance could spell disaster for our domino master. Do you think this is challenging enough? Not yet. Look at these four monsters. They are blast blowers and sprinklers, and they can create wind and rain, which is the same as a force
Oh my, they're
12
going to be
rainstorm
pushing some
to
elements
blow
in there
into
to
our
show
ultimate
us how
space.
well their windows windows and doors are
大家
protecting
好
from the elements.
我是吉尼斯世界纪录官方认证官杨少鹏。今天在这个以玻璃打造的飞盘空间内，即将进行的挑战是以多米诺方式推倒最多卡牌。让我们
This is 4 minutes long, so I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit here. We're still setting it up. Goodness. I would be afraid that I would accidentally knock one of these cards over too. That
Yeah, well,
concern as well. Folks in here, for sure. We're still setting it up.
挑战的时候，有4台风暴机向挑战空间吹12级大风，您有感受到吗？
They're asking this guy if he felt the blast blowers and the wind and the rain blowing at him. He
那
said
么
no.
接下来请战
how good
挑
these
战
windows
开始。
Let's do this. Very dramatic. I think I'm ready though. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wow.
my goodness. Setting all that up.
Oh geez, they even have it spelling out the company. Quite a production.
Oh,
Glorious.
how many cards is this?
Oh, I don't remember. A lot. It's a lot of cards.
Jeez.
They're not having any trouble from the wind and the rain blasters.
Yay!
Yeah, good job, folks.
Good job,
Right, you
guys.
did it.
Most playing cards topple in a domino fashion 吉尼斯世界纪录称号。最终的结果是
Final result?
51,725张，打破挑战目标。
New record, world record. Woo! All right.
You are officially
Nice job,
amazing.
folks. Yeah, you did it. Yes. Coming up aces.
Alrighty
Okay.
then. Way to go.
All right. What else?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, this is the
Oh.
part where you come up with something spontaneous on your own that
Oh,
we hadn't thought to talk about yet.
Well, I mean, Father's Day coming up. That's great. And I mean, we talk a lot of smack about little kids, but we had little kids. We raised little kids up into big kids and teenagers, and they're both doing really well.
We shouldn't have said anything negative about having little kids. They were
No.
great. It was an awesome experience.
And we treated them very nicely.
Yes, we were very nice to our little kids.
They grew up to be nice people who seem to want to entertain me on Father's Day. So I'm looking forward to that. And I hope you are too. If you're a dad or you have a dad, we'll have my mom come over for a little brunch. My dad passed away a couple of years ago, so I don't have to celebrate Father's Day for my dad, but it's all about me. So I guess that's what I'm leaving the folks with, is that it's all about me.
All right. Well, we're sorry that we accidentally bought you the wrong spiciness of Bloody Mary mix. But
Well,
we'll rectify
we'll
it.
fix
Yeah.
that up.
It was
The Cutwater has both spicy and normal, and I'm a bit of a wuss when it comes to spice.
Ralph's only carries spicy, which I didn't realize until after.
Total
I sent
Wine
John
has
to the store to
both,
buy it.
so we'll fix it up. It's not a big deal.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope you all have a wonderful Father's Day weekend, whether you're a father or you just like to enjoy the weekend.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see y'all later.
See you later.